Sciatic pain after 60 is not a sign that the body is breaking down. It is a message that something within the system has lost balance and is asking for attention. For many older adults, pain feels like a verdict, as if age itself has passed judgment and decided that discomfort is now permanent. But science tells a very different story. Pain, especially nerve-related pain like sciatica, is not simply about wear and tear. It is about communication between the spine, the muscles, the joints, and the nervous system. When these parts stop working in harmony, the body raises its voice through pain, not to punish, but to protect. As the years pass, posture subtly changes. Muscles that once worked automatically become less active. Others tighten in response, trying to stabilize areas that feel uncertain. The sciatic nerve, running from the lower spine down through the hips and legs, is particularly sensitive to these shifts. When surrounding tissues become stiff or compressed, the nerve reacts. The sensation may be aching, burning, tingling, or sharp, but the meaning is the same. Something is not moving as freely as it should. This does not mean the nerve is damaged. In most cases, it means the nerve is irritated, crowded, or overly guarded by tense muscles. One of the most damaging beliefs about pain in older age is the idea that it must simply be tolerated. This belief often leads to inactivity, and inactivity reinforces the very conditions that cause sciatic pain in the first place. When movement decreases, circulation slows, joints stiffen, and the nervous system becomes more sensitive. The body, sensing uncertainty, increases protective tension. Pain grows louder, not because the condition is worsening structurally, but because the system is becoming more cautious. Understanding pain as communication changes everything. Instead of fighting the body or ignoring its signals, you begin to listen. You start to ask what the pain needs rather than how to silence it. Very often, the answer is gentle movement, improved blood flow, and reassurance to the nervous system. Research consistently shows that nerves calm down when they are allowed to move within safe ranges, and when the brain learns that movement is no longer dangerous. This is especially important after 60, when the nervous system tends to be more vigilant due to past injuries, habits, or long periods of discomfort. Seeing sciatic pain as information rather than failure also reduces fear, and fear plays a powerful role in how pain is experienced. Fear tightens muscles, restricts movement, and amplifies pain signals. When fear decreases, muscles relax, movement becomes smoother, and pain often softens. This shift does not happen overnight, but it begins the moment you stop blaming your age and start respecting your body's intelligence. The body does not lose its ability to adapt simply because time has passed. Muscles can relearn how to support the spine. Joints can regain mobility. Nerves can become less sensitive. Healing after 60 is not about returning to youth. It is about restoring communication and trust within the body. When you understand that sciatic pain is a signal asking for balance, patience replaces frustration, curiosity replaces fear, and movement becomes an act of care rather than a source of worry, allowing the body to slowly respond, adjust, and remember how to move with greater ease and confidence over time, as each small change reinforces the message that safety and comfort are still possible, even now when the body is still learning how to adapt rather than surrendering to discomfort as an unavoidable reality that must be endured without question. Relief from sciatic pain after 60 does not come from pushing harder or stretching deeper. It comes from teaching the nervous system that movement is safe again. As the body ages, the nervous system becomes more protective, not weaker. It responds quickly to anything it interprets as a threat, and sudden or aggressive movement often triggers more pain rather than less. This is why gentle, intentional exercises are so effective. They do not fight the body, they work with it, restoring balance slowly and respectfully.
The 4 exercises focus on calming the nervous system first, because pain is not only a physical sensation, but a neurological experience. When the brain senses danger, it increases muscle tension and heightens pain signals as a protective strategy. Gentle spinal movements reduce stiffness in the lower back and improve circulation around the nerve roots where sciatic pain often begins. These slow motions encourage spinal discs to absorb fluid and nutrients, helping them function more effectively. More importantly, they reassure the brain that the spine can move without harm. Hip-focused movements play an equally important role. Over time, hips often lose mobility while the lower back compensates, absorbing stress it was never meant to carry alone. Gentle hip opening combined with light activation of the glute muscles redistributes this load. As the hips begin to move more freely, pressure on the lower spine decreases, creating more space for the sciatic nerve. The nervous system responds by lowering its guard, allowing muscles to relax rather than brace. Nerve-specific movements are approached with care and awareness. Instead of stretching the sciatic nerve aggressively, these exercises encourage it to glide smoothly through surrounding tissues. This subtle motion improves blood flow and reduces sensitivity. When the nerve moves without being forced, the brain updates its perception of safety. Over time, this reduces the intensity and frequency of pain signals, not because the nerve is being stretched, but because it is being respected. Stability-based exercises complete the system by strengthening the deep support muscles around the spine and pelvis. These muscles provide quiet, constant protection during everyday activities. When they function properly, larger muscles do not overcompensate, and unnecessary strain on the sciatic nerve is reduced. The nervous system values predictability, and stable movement patterns give it exactly that. What makes these exercises especially powerful is their cumulative effect. Each movement reinforces the message that the body is capable and resilient. Fear gradually fades as confidence grows. Pain becomes less dominant, not because it is ignored, but because it no longer needs to shout. The nervous system learns through repetition, and gentle consistency is far more effective than intensity. After 60, the goal is not to regain youthful strength, but to restore coordination and trust. These 4 exercises work together to create an environment where healing can occur naturally. When the nervous system feels safe, muscles cooperate, joints move more freely, and the sciatic nerve is no longer under constant threat. With time, patience, and mindful practice, the body remembers how to support itself again, allowing relief to unfold gradually as movement becomes smoother, more confident, and less guarded with each passing day, as the system continues to adapt in its own time, rather than being rushed or forced into change that it is not yet ready to accept. What you eat each day quietly shapes how your body experiences pain, especially nerve pain like sciatica. After 60, digestion, absorption, and metabolism change, and the body becomes more sensitive to inflammation. Sciatic pain often worsens not only because of movement patterns, but because internal inflammation irritates the nerve and surrounding tissues. Food is not just fuel at this stage of life, it is information that tells the body whether to heal or to stay on alert. A diet built around whole, natural foods creates an internal environment that supports nerve calmness and tissue repair. Fresh vegetables and fruits supply antioxidants that protect cells from stress and improve circulation. Good circulation matters because nerves rely on a steady supply of oxygen and nutrients to function smoothly. When circulation improves, nerves become less reactive and pain signals often soften. Colorful plant foods also help regulate inflammation, which is a key contributor to chronic sciatic discomfort. Healthy fats play a critical role in nerve health. The outer layer of nerves depends on fats to transmit signals efficiently. Omega-3 fatty acids, found in foods like fish, nuts, seeds, and certain plant oils, help reduce inflammation and support nerve function. When these fats are part of the daily diet, the nervous system becomes more resilient and less prone to irritation. This does not create instant relief, but over time it strengthens the body's ability to recover from stress and movement. Protein is another essential component that is often underestimated in older adults. Muscles naturally lose mass with age if they are not supported nutritionally. Weak or undernourished muscles place extra strain on joints and nerves, including the sciatic nerve. Adequate protein intake supports muscle repair and maintenance, allowing the body to better support the spine and hips. Stronger muscles reduce compensation patterns that lead to nerve compression and discomfort. Hydration is equally important, yet frequently overlooked. Dehydration stiffens tissues, including spinal discs and connective tissue around nerves. When the body lacks sufficient water, movement becomes less fluid and more restrictive. Proper hydration helps maintain the elasticity of tissues, allowing nerves to glide rather than become trapped or irritated. Even mild dehydration can increase pain sensitivity, making daily discomfort feel more intense than it needs to be. Food choices also influence energy levels and mood, which indirectly affect pain. Diets high in processed foods, refined sugars, and excessive salt can increase inflammation and contribute to fatigue. Fatigue reduces motivation to move, and lack of movement increases stiffness and nerve sensitivity. In contrast, nourishing foods stabilize blood sugar, support steady energy, and make it easier to stay consistent with gentle exercise. Nutrition does not replace movement, but it amplifies its benefits. When the body is well nourished, exercises feel easier, recovery is faster, and progress is more noticeable. After 60, healing becomes a partnership between what you do with your body and what you provide it from within. Each balanced meal sends a message of support, telling the nervous system that resources are available and that there is no need to remain in a constant state of defense, allowing the 4 exercises to work more effectively as the body gradually shifts toward reduced inflammation, improved nerve function, and a greater sense of internal balance that supports long-term comfort and resilience without relying on extremes or deprivation in any form.
Daily light activity and simple lifestyle habits have a powerful influence on sciatic pain, especially after 60, when the body responds more to consistency than intensity. Many people believe that pain means they should rest as much as possible, but prolonged rest often increases stiffness and makes the nervous system more sensitive. When the body stays still for too long, joints lose lubrication, muscles tighten, and circulation slows. This creates an environment where the sciatic nerve becomes more easily irritated, even during small movements. Gentle daily movement keeps the system awake and responsive. Activities like walking at a comfortable pace, light stretching, or slow cycling encourage natural motion in the hips and lower back without overloading the spine. These movements maintain blood flow, which nourishes muscles and nerves and helps flush out inflammatory byproducts. Over time, the body learns that movement does not equal danger, and pain signals begin to soften. This is particularly important for older adults, whose nervous systems may have learned to associate movement with discomfort after years of pain or inactivity. Lifestyle habits outside of exercise are just as important. Sitting for long periods places sustained pressure on the lower spine and hips, often aggravating sciatic symptoms. Standing up regularly, gently shifting positions, and maintaining an upright but relaxed posture reduce this pressure and allow tissues to recover. Small changes, such as using a supportive chair or placing feet flat on the floor, can significantly decrease nerve irritation over the course of the day. Sleep plays a crucial role in pain regulation. During deep rest, the nervous system resets and tissues repair themselves. Poor sleep increases pain sensitivity and slows recovery. Creating a consistent sleep routine, limiting late-night stimulation, and choosing a sleeping position that supports the spine can make a noticeable difference. When the body is well rested, it responds more positively to movement and stress. Stress management is another key lifestyle factor. Emotional stress tightens muscles and heightens pain perception by activating the body's protective response. Simple practices like slow breathing, spending time outdoors, or engaging in calming activities help shift the nervous system out of a constant state of alert. When stress decreases, muscles release unnecessary tension, and the sciatic nerve experiences less compression. Consistency is the thread that ties all of these habits together. Large, occasional efforts do not produce the same results as small actions repeated daily. After 60, the body thrives on routine. Gentle movement every day, mindful posture, regular breaks from sitting, quality sleep, and stress awareness create a stable environment where healing can occur naturally. These habits prevent flare-ups by keeping tissues flexible and nerves calm, rather than allowing stiffness and tension to build unnoticed. Light activity and healthy habits are not about pushing limits or proving strength. They are about maintaining flow and balance in the body. When movement becomes a regular part of daily life, the sciatic nerve is less likely to feel threatened, and pain loses its dominance. Over time, these small, intentional choices accumulate into lasting relief, helping the body remain adaptable and resilient while supporting comfort and confidence through everyday activities without requiring extreme effort or constant focus on pain itself, as the nervous system gradually learns to trust movement and rest as equally important partners in long-term well-being. A positive and patient mindset is one of the most powerful yet underestimated tools for relieving sciatic pain after 60. Pain does not exist only in muscles, joints, or nerves. It is deeply influenced by thoughts, emotions, and expectations. When pain persists for weeks or months, it can quietly shape beliefs about the body, creating fear, frustration, or a sense of helplessness. These emotional responses are understandable, but they also amplify pain by keeping the nervous system in a constant state of alert. Shifting the mindset does not mean denying pain, it means changing the relationship with it. After 60, many people begin to associate discomfort with aging itself, believing that pain is unavoidable and permanent. This belief alone can slow healing. When the brain expects pain, it becomes more sensitive to sensations and quicker to interpret them as threats. Research in pain science shows that expectation strongly influences pain intensity. When individuals believe improvement is possible, the nervous system becomes more open to change. Hope is not just emotional comfort, it is a biological signal that reduces fear-based tension and allows muscles to relax. Patience is equally important. Healing at this stage of life rarely follows a straight line. There may be good days and difficult days, and both are part of the process. Impatience often leads to overexertion on good days or discouragement on bad ones. A patient mindset allows you to respond wisely rather than react emotionally. It encourages gentle consistency instead of all or nothing effort. This steadiness reassures the nervous system, which thrives on predictability and calm. Confidence in movement is another mental shift that transforms recovery. Chronic pain often teaches the body to move cautiously, avoiding certain positions out of fear. This protective behavior, while understandable, reinforces stiffness and nerve sensitivity. When you approach movement with curiosity instead of fear, you gradually rebuild trust. Each pain-free or low-pain movement becomes evidence that the body is capable, not fragile. Over time, confidence replaces hesitation, and movement becomes smoother and less guarded. Self-compassion plays a crucial role in this process.
Many older adults blame themselves for their pain, thinking they waited too long, exercised incorrectly, or failed to prevent it. Blame adds emotional stress, which tightens muscles and worsens pain. Compassion softens this cycle. Treating the body with kindness, acknowledging its effort, and respecting its limits create an environment where healing feels safe rather than pressured. A positive mindset also shapes daily choices. When you believe improvement is possible, you are more likely to stay consistent with gentle exercises, nourishing food, rest, and healthy habits. These choices reinforce one another, creating upward momentum. The body responds not only to what you do, but to how you feel while doing it. Calm intention reduces strain, while tension slows progress. After 60, strength is no longer measured by how much you can push through, but by how well you can listen, adapt, and persist with care. A patient, hopeful mindset transforms pain from an enemy into a guide. It reminds you that the body is still learning, still adjusting, and still capable of comfort. With time, trust, and steady attention, pain loses its authority and movement regains its place as a source of confidence and independence, allowing each small success to quietly build upon the last until relief becomes not just possible, but increasingly familiar as the body and mind continue working together rather than against one another in the ongoing process of healing and self-support.